Welcome back to Animal Crossing New Horizons. I'm dear darling. As you see what's going on our lovely island of Fawnhollow today. I should really learn by this point to actually adjust my microphone before I start recording instead of in the middle. And you might be like, hey dear darling, at this point won't you just start the video over again, you know, just do it. No, this is a real me. This is real. This is me. Well, it's not really, I guess, but it's, you know, we're just keeping it going. And that's because I can't be bothered to go back to the home to like reset and go in from the loading screen again. Yes, what should we talk about today? I don't really know. You know what? I know I'm talking about my phone all the time, but I have another conversation topic which has come up. But I suppose good evening, everyone. Right now in Fawnhollow, it's 10:25 p.m. on Thursday, 16th of November 2023. I skipped through a little bit too quickly. So I got Pixel 7. I got a screen protector on it, that sort of thing. And you might be like, why are you talking about it so much? And the main reason is just because it's one of the biggest things which has happened recently, I think, in my personal life. Well, biggest things which happened to me recently, and I will talk about. Obviously, there's always things happening, but, you know, some things I'm just like, this is personal. I'm not going to talk about it on an Animal Crossing episode. And I think that's fair. I think there's a mutual understanding between us, between like the sort of barrier put on between what I talk about and, you know, my actual life and that sort of thing. And I feel like there should be a healthy divider. I don't mind telling you about my phone because who cares, but I'm not going to talk to you about any other personal affairs which end up happening. But actually it has been quite uneventful, I suppose, my life so far. It will be much more eventful this weekend when I am going to go visit some friends and have a big meet-up party. But basically, yeah, I got a new phone, and the thing I want to talk about is so I had a Pixel 4a and before that I had a Pixel XL, which both had fingerprint scanners on the back. Fingerprint scanners were another thing I think I was kind of wrong about. Not as wrong as I thought. I basically only ever used the fingerprint scanner just to like save myself having to put in the code for my phone. But I actually don't think that's the best part of it. I think the best part about the fingerprint scanner is using it for it intrinsically being linked to other apps. So instead of having to remember a pin to put into my banking app and then like having 3 different pins for 3 different banking apps, I can just use my fingerprint, and that's actually very convenient. I think unlocking your phone is actually like not really that big a deal, and it's fine. The problem is with this Pixel 7. But there's been reported issues, I suppose, of a fingerprint scanner not being all that good on the Pixel 7. And I was like, okay, well, you know, I'll keep an eye out for that. And when I first got it and I set it up, and I was like, it's working fine. I guess, you know, my Pixel's fine. And then I put the screen protector on, and also, you know, more time has passed, and it's not good. It consistently does not even scan my fingerprint, which is ridiculous. And I assume part of the reason is because it doesn't have as good like clarity through whatchamacallit, the screen protector. But it has an option in the settings, and you might ask, like, did you turn this on? I did turn it on. It has an option in the settings to be like, hey, you know, I've got a screen protector on. Can you like have increased sensitivity, I suppose, to actually scanning things? I put it on, and maybe it's helped. Like it's hard to tell, to be honest. I guess it could be even worse, to be perfectly honest. But I mean, we'll do a test right now. I also like saw many things to fix it. Like one of them just being like, I mean, the Google responses themselves have been very unhelpful. They're like, make sure your hand is clean. I'm like, you think my hand's not clean? I mean, I guess there's dust on it, but I can't exactly go washing my hands in a sink every time I want to unlock my phone. And it's like, make sure your screen is clean. I'm like, same goes for my phone, I suppose. But then there's some other interesting hints which other people have used, which is like register the same finger multiple times to like increase the chance of it being recognized. And then I saw another one being like, do it immediately, like after like your hand is really clean, and do it after your hand like hasn't been cleaned in a while. Not like dirty, but like, you know, dust or like, you know, stuff like that on it, and that helps as well. So I mean, I've tried that. You can only register 4 fingerprints though for some reason. I don't necessarily know why. Maybe it's like not safety issue, but like a privacy issue, like what's it got, regulatory issue or something, but I don't know. But it has been consistently pretty bad, but it's gone to a point where I have like a meta level about unlocking my phone of being like, if I touch like this part of my finger, I suppose, onto the fingerprint sensor, then that is what did I say no? What happened? Oh, okay. Apparently I already done that. I genuinely had no clue. So some parts of it like work pretty well, and some parts of it don't on my finger, and it can sometimes work upside down, and sometimes it's a lot better than others. So I mean, we'll do a test right now. Currently I have my left index, my right index finger both registered, and my left thumb registered twice, because I don't actually use my thumb all that much to unlock my phone unless I'm actively holding it, but most of the time my phone is just chilling on my desk and I'll unlock it as I pick it up. So that's why I do my index finger. So okay, let's try. Right index finger has consistently been the worst one, but let's see. Ooh, it actually did it. A little secret I have for me is that for some reason it works okayishly if I try and unlock it on the tip of my finger instead of actually, like, if I put my entire fingerprint down. Oh, it actually works this time. Okay, maybe it's just now being a lot better. I don't, you know what, phone, you're proving me wrong. Is it going to work upside down? That's the ultimate test. Okay, it didn't work upside down. I'm going to lock me out. And then sometimes it'll lock me out, and then, like, when I try again to get back in, it just locks me out again, despite nothing changing. So, my right index finger, I need to do it exactly head on, and the tip of my finger is the most consistent. The left thumb actually is usually pretty good. Like the tip of my thumb, it didn't work the first time, but the tip of my thumb, slightly offset, I think, to the actual circle seems to be pretty good. Let's see if my thumb flat works. My thumb flat actually works. So my phone is actually in a good mood right now, but the thing is, I don't remember the times where it unlocks properly. I remember the times where it doesn't unlock, where like it locks me out and then I had to draw in my combination code again, and I'm just like, what a pain. It's not obviously the worst thing in the world. It's very much a first world problem, but it's very much a sort of thing where it's like noticeable when it doesn't work. I mean, obviously it's always noticeable when it doesn't work, but still. Compared to my previous phone, which I think the only times it wouldn't recognize my fingerprint is after, if my hand was like wet, like it just came out like the bath or something and I was trying to like use my phone. That's when it wouldn't particularly work. But apart from that, like it never even occurred to me it wouldn't work. But the fingerprint sensor on this one, certainly a lot more finicky. Yeah, that's basically a fingerprint sensor, very finicky. And it isn't, I don't know how true this is anymore, but I remember watching a Mythbusters episode ages ago about, I don't really know what myths they were breaking. I think they might have been all like spy themed or something, but basically the concept of how easy is it to fool a fingerprint sensor. And at the time they were just like, it must be, you know, this is like the latest technology or something, but we think we can fool it. And what they did was they made like, I think like a silicone imprint of their finger, of the person's finger. I can't really remember exactly how they did it, but something along those lines. They got like a silicone one, and then they put it on top of their own finger and then used it, and it worked. And they were like, fantastic. And then they were like, okay, like what else can we do? And then they had like these other, they basically started with like the most not high-end solution, but the over-engineered solution, and worked all the way down to eventually what they ended up doing was like just having a photocopy of a fingerprint itself, holding up to a fingerprint with on top of their finger, and it worked or something. Which is crazy. I like to think fingerprint imaging at this point has gotten a lot better, but I don't know. So yeah, the fingerprint sensor on this is not great through a screen protector. Maybe it's a screen protector I have. Am I going to get rid of a screen protector? No, is my answer. I'm just surprised at how inconsistent it is. And interestingly enough, actually, my friend has I don't know if he's got this exact phone. He might have a Pixel 6 or something, I don't remember. But he has a screen protector, but he has a screen protector with like a circular hole in it, so it doesn't actually protect that part of the screen, but it's more of a fingerprint sensor itself. And my other friend completely makes fun of him all the time for it, saying it's like the worst looking thing he's ever seen and it's horrible. I don't know if it's horrible per se, but it's also, I would prefer just like an entirely whole screen protector, I suppose, not whole as in having a hole as in one piece screen protector, because I don't know, it feels a bit better, doesn't it? It looks a little nicer if you're ever looking at something on your screen to not have that sort of issue. Your brain eventually shuts out, you know. Just by as in the nature of a brain is very good at ignoring stimuli, which has been there for a long time. I don't know, it's been a long time since we had the camera one. And I should know because like the previous screen protector I used on my phone, not this phone, on my previous phone, had like a bubble in it, which eventually I just sort of like blocked out with my mind. It wasn't like a huge bubble, mind you, otherwise I would have like completely like reset it and did it again. It was just a small bubble in like the top left corner or something. I don't quite recall. But eventually I blocked it out of my mind. But I will say it's just noticeably inconsistent, the fingerprint sensor. So, I mean, it hasn't affected me too much yet. Certainly when I first started out doing it, I felt like I had to unlock my phone like every 2 times. I would try and I'd have to unlock it with a pattern every 2 times, which was, a bit tedious, I would say, if anything. It's not the worst, because obviously I used to do that with like my old phone back in the days pre-fingerprint sensor. Is that a tarantula? That is a tarantula. Like back in the good old days of me having HTC Desire. You might be like, what was your phone combination back then? I don't remember. I've always done the pattern combinations. Obviously, I'm not going to tell you what my current pattern combination is, but still. I was going to hit battery, and then I thought about it a bit more, and I was like, if the bees come out, then I don't know what I'm going to do. But yeah, what was my previous pattern? I remember now. It's not this anymore, but it's basically, I drew 3 columns, starting from the bottom upwards. So it'd be like, if we're looking at it like a numpad, it would be like 1, 4, 7, 2, 5, 8, 3, 6, 9. Like a computer numpad, I guess, not a phone numpad necessarily. No, wait, phone. Yeah, phone numpads go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 from top to bottom, but computer numpads do it from bottom to top. Why? Honestly, I've got no clue. I've never really thought about it. We just kind of do. It's kind of do a diddy diddy dum diddy do a diddy diddy dum diddy do. Yeah, where are we going with this? I don't know, fingerprint sensing. So I seen the technology since that Mythbusters episode has evolved. It's gotten better. Surely it must have gotten better. I'd hope nowadays that fingerprint sensors are not so easily fooled by a piece of paper. I would imagine, because I don't know how you would do it necessarily, but I feel like if you're going to have a high-tech fingerprint sensor, excuse me, you would have to measure more things than just a fingerprint. You would have to do something like, not moisture level, but like conductivity, or I suppose, of a finger, because human beings are slightly conductive. Excuse me, you can, I don't know, measure the impedance of a human being. Or resistance. I don't know why I necessarily went with impedance, to be honest, but still. And you can do like heat sensing, you can do other stuff. I don't know. I mean, to be fair, fingerprint sensors I don't think are infallible by inherently the fact that they're electronic. And not to say that mechanical things are not fail-proof either. It's just I feel like electronic things right now do not have the same... Well, actually, do they have the same consistency as mechanical things? I think this highly depends on what you're talking about. For some reason, I trust a mechanical lock, I feel like, more than I trust an electronic lock. Because it's like, how do you bypass a mechanical lock? You either have to be a skilled lock picker, or you like cut it open with bolt cutters. But electronic lock, I don't know. I don't actually know necessarily how you bypass an electronic lock. It just feels less secure, I guess. And maybe that's because the act of security feels like a very physical thing, unless you're talking about cybersecurity, I suppose. And so having something more physically resilient feels stronger in my mind. I don't know. That's probably a question for the lock-picking lawyer. This is the lock-picking lawyer. It's a question for the lock-picking lawyer and not me, because I don't know, to be perfectly honest. I just sort of what I'm thinking about. You know, another thing I was thinking about as well was, what am I going to wear on the weekend when I go visit my friends? I don't know. Because it's getting pretty cold. So I've got to be conscious about dressing appropriately, you know, for weather conditions. Let's see, hold on. Fall outfit ideas, using American terminology, because there's probably more posts for this. Until I get one I'm like, yeah, that's it. That's a one. That's a one that I think about. And honestly, no joke, these like gacha games I play on my phone, like, sometimes the outfits kind of like pop off, is what I'm saying. Okay, not like pop off and it's like, whoa, that's like crazy. Just like, they're clearly being a lot more inspired by actual modern day fashion rather than like a nonsensical fashion which used to sort of pervade them, these earlier sort of gacha games, these anime games per se. But you might be like, what on earth are you talking about? I just want to say that Shiny Colors has some of the best fashion. And Project Sakai is also very good, which is probably why I play them the more I think about it. Anyway, sorry, I got a bit distracted there. Anyway, for outfit ideas, I think I'll probably just go like jumper and jeans, but jumper and jeans is just a bit boring, isn't it? I don't really have very many autumn dresses though. But that's a really pretty dress in this outfit inspiration idea. That's a cool top as well. I don't know. I have a lot of like jumpers and turtleneck things, so I definitely need to branch out my wardrobe a little bit more, methinks. Oh, that is a cool looking coat. I don't know. I feel like whenever people do like fall outfit inspires, like I feel like academia core, like that sort of like smart casual styling with jumpers and shirts are very, very popular. I like that outfit. I like that cardigan. That person's on. Maybe I'll wear a cardigan. I don't really know. A blazer? That's perhaps a bit too formal. I don't know. Apologies, a little bit of a pause as we continue on. What was I talking about? I don't know. Oh, full fashion, because that's kind of what my Windows browser is right now. Yeah, I don't know what I'm gonna wear. I'm gonna have to decide on a day. See, the thing is, I wore something for my friend's birthday. Not like something special, but like just like the ensemble I wore on my friend's birthday. I was like, I kind of like that ensemble. But, you know, I wore it so recently. Again, it's mostly a different group of people I'm meeting up with. Well, I mean, there's still overlap, of course, but still. I don't know, maybe I'll wear that. Maybe I'll wear a variant of that. I'm not really sure, you know. I do feel like I should wear something autumny. It is autumn after all. I mean, it's very much getting into winter, but not quite there yet. You're about ready for bedtime, is that right? It's nearly 11, I suppose. That is true. I forgot what I was going to say. Quiz shows? Sure, I suppose. Do I like quiz shows more than any other TV show? I don't really watch TV, so I guess by sort of a weird default, that's true. Now my phone's being inconsistent again. It's not unlocking. Oh, there you go. You little phone. I don't know. I can't tell why it's so inconsistent or what's causing the issue. I don't know. Is it just the on-screen like fingerprint sensors are just not good? I can't imagine that would be the case, would it? I don't know. I don't think I've ever heard my friends talk about it, but again, I don't think I've ever specifically asked them, hey, what do you think about your phone's fingerprint sensor? Actually, amusingly, the opposite kind of happened, where like I can't remember why. I was like, I don't even know how the conversation came up. Maybe my friend was borrowing my phone for a second or something, and then he just went, whoa, your fingerprint sensor's on the back. I completely forgot about that. And then they had a conversation about how that was like pretty nice back in the day. Because it's a nice way to not drop down, to pull down the like drop down menu thing at the top. What's it called? I don't really know what it's called or whatever. And honestly, that is pretty true. It is a pretty nice way to bring it down. Bring it down now, y'all. I don't really know what I was going for this. I don't know. It's Black Friday soon. I'm gonna buy some clothes, obviously, like I do with every single sale, just to slowly expand my wardrobe. I need like a better wardrobe system right now, because but most of the time the way my wardrobe is sorted is just like in piles on like the top shelf of my wardrobe, because my wardrobe has like a hanging part, and then it's got like the shelves, and it's like I can't, like, I'm tall, but I'm not like 10 feet tall to be able to look through my clothes properly. That's why I'm like, I kind of want a walk-in wardrobe. But that's very much like a pipe luxury. Pipe luxury? What? Pipe dream. Which is not going to happen in the near future, but someday I'm going to have a walk-in wardrobe. I'm going to be like, yeah, I made it. Not the walk-in wardrobe, I mean like I made it in life. That's kind of the insinuation I was getting at. And I don't know what I'm talking about. Fingerprint sensor, I guess. Anyway, I'm going to round this episode off here. So if you have been watching, thank you very much. It's been Animal Crossing New Horizons. I've been Dear Darling. Likes, comments, subscription shares greatly appreciated. Socials, Discord down below. Hope to see each other again. But for now, it's our farewell. So until next time. Bye-bye for now. I don't know why I said that so weirdly. Bye-bye for now. Bye-bye for now. I don't know.